Let's take a look at how to use the inner join clause in SQL. The inner join clause is a clause that produces a data set that includes rows from the left table matching rows from the right table. Now, to use the inner join clause, you'll need to first provide the inner join keyword, then the name of the table that you want to join. So in this case, this would be considered the right table that you'd want to join to the left table. Then you'll need to provide the on keyword and then specify the criteria to create the linkage between both tables. So for example, let's say that we wanted to join table B onto table A, then our inner join clause would look like this. We'd first provide the inner join keyword, then we'd specify table B, then we'll provide the on keyword, and then we'd provide the criteria. So the criteria in this case will be the table A column 1 will equal to table B column 3. So what this is saying is that the records that's in table A, that is in column 1, we're going to match that with the records in table B in column 3, and those records would be used to join both tables together to return matching records. Now, the inner join clause is something that is used after the from clause or the from keyword and before the where clause or the where keyword. Now, the inner join would return matching values. So this is a Venn diagram that would show two different tables. So the blue circle would represent table A and the purple circle would represent table B. Now, in using the inner join clause, what we're trying to do is return the records that are matching in both table A and table B, and that would be the records in the middle. So it would return these matching values. Now, let's take a look at this in practice to get a better understanding as to how it will actually work. So today we'll be looking at two tables. We'll be looking at our candidate table as well as our employees table. So we're going to execute both statements to see the records that are in that table. And here we're seeing where in the candidates table we have ID and full name with 4 records: John Doe, Lily Bush, Peter Druckard, and Jane Doe. And in the employees table we also have 2 columns, ID and full name, and we have John Doe, Jane Doe, Michael Scott, and Jack Sparrow. So we're going to attempt to use the inner join clause to join both the candidates table and the employees table and return records from both. So what we're going to do is to create our inner join clause by starting off with our select keyword, and then we'll want to return all of the columns that we are interested in. So at first what I'll do is I'll just place a star here, provide a from clause, and start off with the first table that we're interested in. So we're interested in putting the employees table onto the candidates table. So we'll start with the candidates table and we'll provide an alias for this table. So in this case we'll just alias this table to be referred to as C. Now what we'll do is we're going to replace the star and place C dot star, which would indicate that we are interested in returning all of the columns that is in the candidates table that we have aliased as C. And now we're interested in doing our inner join. So we'll use our inner join keyword. Then we'll specify the table that we want to have joined to the candidates table. So in this case it will be the employee tables. And we'll also alias this table with the letter E. And we'll provide the on keyword Then we have to submit the criteria that we'd want to use to join the employees table onto the candidates table. So in this case, what we'll utilize is the full name column on both tables. So we're going to start off by specifying the candidate table with the alias C dot, and then provide the name of the column that we're interested in using, in this case full name, and we're going to say it will equal to the table, the employees table, which we have created an alias as E. So it will be E dot, and we'll put full name, and we will end our statement with a colon, a semicolon. Now we also want to return the records from the employees table. So what we're going to do is add an additional column into our select statement, and that will be E dot star. So what we're saying is we want to return everything in the candidates table, so both columns, as well as everything in the employees table, which would be both columns. So we'll return ID and full name from the candidates table, as well as ID and full name from the employees table. So we're going to highlight and execute. Notice we have 4 records in each, and now in executing we only have 2 records, and that's because John Doe and Jane Doe were the only 2 values that were identical in both tables. So this is how to do a quick and simple inner join to return matching records. Remember, you'll first specify the inner join keyword, then you'll specify the table that you want to join to your initial table that you'd provide in your from clause. You'll use the on keyword, and then you'll have to provide the criteria you want to use to create the linkage between the table you want to join and the original table. So in this case, we had utilized full name that was present in both the employees table as well as the candidates table, and we executed, and what we have returned to us is the records that were matching in both tables. In this case, it would be John Doe and Jane Doe.